So you've been doing endless amount of ab exercises, like the 30-day Beachbody program told you to do, yet you somehow don't have abs. You end up deeming yourself to be a failure and you give up. But what if I told you that you've actually been set up for failure right from the get-go and that you were never built to succeed in the first place following these transformations? Well, let me address this issue and explain to you what you can do. Okay. Firstly, I think you should shift your mindset. Okay. Don't even think of it from a physical standpoint, think of it from a mental standpoint. Um, the industry does prey on beginners and they prey on their desire to want that beach body, yet not realizing it takes a lot of years and it takes hard work, dedication over a long period of time, not just short bursts. So when influencers know this, they're able to promote all these random programs, and some of them don't even run it themselves. I'm sure most people who have a good physique, natural physique, they've just been doing the same exercises over and over again throughout the years. I can tell you that the natural lifters I know who have an incredible physique, if you look at their training log and their video logs, they're doing pretty much the same exercises year on end. Obviously, there's still some changes here and there, but generally speaking, you'll be able to see that they're doing the same thing. So someone who has good pecs, they might be benching 100 kilos last year. Now they're benching 120 kilos with the same technique. Their chest has gotten bigger, their triceps have gotten bigger, their shoulders have gotten bigger. And that's it. It's boring, but that's how you progress. It's not a bunch of random exercises put together by some influencer, putting it into a circuit and saying, well, these are the exercises you need to do to get to that body. I'm sorry, but your muscles can't differentiate between different exercises. When it comes to aesthetics, building muscle and hypertrophy, mechanical tension is the key. And so long as you're putting mechanical tension on that specific body part, you will grow. Your body has no idea if you're doing, machines this way or that way or whatnot. It doesn't technically matter. What matters is mechanical tension on that specific body part, and doing that over months, years on end, not just 30 days. Okay. So, what I'm touching upon here now is delayed gratification, or that concept. And I don't know enough about many other things to be an expert and talk about it, but I will say from my reading and understanding finance or personal finance, sorry, is, as Warren Buffett said, you're probably going to beat most people just by simply putting money into an index fund and leaving it for years, specifically the S&P. That's actually very similar to lifting. If you put all your if you put all your effort into a few exercises, like 7, and just doing them over time consistently, you're going to progress. You're not going to progress a lot by doing 100 exercises and doing them terribly. And I presume for those of you who are bankers, finance managers, whatever, it's the same principle. If you put money in all these different stocks that you don't know enough about, you end up losing money. Very, very similar. So, what is the solution here? Well, personally, I think it's a mental thing, and it's to manage your expectations. That's really important. As a trainer of 6 years, personal trainer of 6 years, anytime I get a new client coming in telling me they want a certain thing or want to achieve a certain goal, I usually ask them, well, how many days are you willing to train? So for someone who wants to have a physique that looks incredible, I tell them, well, if you're only willing to train once a week, that's simply not going to happen. And that already manages expectations. A lot of trainers and influencers don't do that. They go, well, I'll take your money for that once a week first, and then after 4 or 5 months or even 6 months where you don't really see that much progress, you end up leaving. And that's okay because they still taking your money. Whereas I will say, you know what? I'd rather you don't train with me because we're all going to end up being unhappy if I sold you this unrealistic expectation and claim that I can do that for you. Now, obviously, training once a week is still really good for your health, and that's what I'll always tell beginners as well. Is, well, training once a week is still 100% better than nothing, and it can really improve your health. But if your goal is to become more aesthetic, you're gonna have to train at the bare minimum twice a week, um, ideally 3 or 4 times. Okay, so it's setting and managing expectations. Uh, well, what else? It's Along a similar line is to expect less, because when you expect less as well, you become less likely to be disappointed, and it also minimizes the amount of pressure you're putting on yourself to improve and get this incredible physique. But if you just enjoy the process over time and become less outcome oriented, I've noticed that you don't even realize you've progressed. And these are these people will tend to get that physique much more likely compared to those who are a little more outcome oriented. Because if you're outcome oriented and you keep checking whether or not you've gotten there, you're going to be a bit disappointed. Um, yeah, if you delay the gratification, the results will come. So, to conclude, it's just about consistency over a long period of time. And that's the key to building a physique you want. Now, you're going to have to, give yourself, learn delayed gratification. That's what's going to get you there. And you're not going to be able to rush it. There's no shortcut. Anything that sounds too good to be true probably is as well. And just focus on improving. Over time, you will improve. And before you know it, you will get to that physique. It might take years, but you might not even realize it because you're so process oriented, just trying to enjoy the process. 3 years will fly by and you didn't even realize, oh, wow, I've actually built a physique that I want already. And you'd be surprised, actually, as a beginner. I think it was within 3 or 4 months when people started already seeing progress in my body and seeing the drastic change. And the great thing as a beginner is in the first year, you can make a lot of gains. Based on my anecdotal experience, seeing other people as well, I'd say most people make about 50% of their, long-term career gains in about a year. And then it becomes massive diminishing returns. So take advantage of that, okay? But just remember as well that we're all in this together and that you can do it. Peace.